Today I'm gonna make my favorite veggie dip. One of my favorite things at a summer get-together is when somebody makes a big platter of beautiful fresh vegetables with an awesome homemade dip in the middle. Love it. Today I'm gonna show you how to make my version of my favorite veggie dip. And it consists of 4 or 5 ingredients. A cup of sour cream, a cup of mayo, an onion, a tablespoon of dried oregano, and this stuff, accent. Pretty much pure MSG, flavor enhancer. I know it's probably not the best for you. You could probably sub it out for maybe salt, but it's what I use. It's pretty awesome. So just gonna take a onion here. We're gonna use our little chopper buddy, which we did a review on a while ago. If you haven't checked it out yet, you should, because this is an awesome piece of kitchen kit that's very affordable, that will save you a ton of time, especially when it comes to doing stuff that's not always the funnest, which is onion. So obviously this is like a red Spanish onion. You could use really any onion you like. These are pretty much the onions I always have in my kitchen. I really like them. If you're gonna eat them raw, they're, I just find there's a little bit of sweetness to them. I love them. So here we go. And I'll show you why I love this. And just like that, our onion's chopped. So we're gonna grab ourselves a glass bowl here, and we're gonna dump our onion in. So for this recipe, your onion doesn't have to be like so fine. You can leave some size to it so there's a little bit of texture. You're definitely gonna want to let this dip sit for a couple hours in the fridge for the onion to soften up, and as well for the dried oregano to soften up, because if not, it just doesn't have the greatest texture. So we're gonna put this aside, and we're gonna throw in a tablespoon of dried oregano, put that in, a teaspoon of our accent, put that in as well. This stuff says wakes up food flavor. Now we've got a 1 cup measuring cup here, and we're gonna work on a cup of sour cream. All right, so we're gonna throw that in here. So we'll start to give that a bit of a mix. And now we're gonna work on our 1 cup of mayo. This is probably one of my least favorite things, is scraping to the end of the mayo, because you get your hand covered and it's messy. But I also don't like to waste. Full mayo, way easier. All right, let's get that in. We'll make sure we use our spatula to scrape out everything in here. And I just gotta wash my hands real quick. Okay, so I just gotta mix this up. And you'll find, obviously, as this sits and sets up in the fridge as well, it'll won't be quite as thin as you see it is here. I used a full fat sour cream, I believe it is. Yeah, full fat sour cream, because I find the low fat sour cream more thin and a little bit more runny. So it's less than ideal for this application. So that's mixed really well. So I'm gonna add in some pepper, probably like a teaspoon maybe. And then we're gonna give that another mix. So that is my favorite veggie dip. Hope you liked the episode. It was a quick one. Hope you try it. Let me know, leave a comment. I'll get back to you, and we'll see you on the next episode.